evening, guys. Welcome to my channel. My name is Reserches. So today's video I want to talk about how I stopped my son from breastfeeding at 20 months. Oh, it was really something else. Welcome to my channel. My name is Reserches. So today's video I'm gonna be talking about how I stopped my tail. Yes guys, it was so hard for me because I grew up my son grew up with attachment with me, like we were so close that it was so painful. The day I decided that finally today enough is enough. Jackson, you have had enough of my breast. I think now it's high time you stop. I remember the time Jackson was about 6 months. I was saying that 6 months I'll stop breastfeeding. It reached 6 months. I felt sorry for him. I said, no, my baby is so young. Let me go up to 1 year. I reached 1 year. I tried to stop breastfeeding him. It was also another struggle. I started asking other ladies, am I the only one who breastfeed the child who has got a lot of teeth in the mouth, who is big like Jackson? I found that there are a lot of people struggling to stop breastfeeding their kids, and there are a lot of people struggling to stop with the attachment involved with the kids. Like, you feel sorry for the kid who like I would do the first day, I would say that let me stop breastfeeding. He cries. I feel sorry for him. Now, let me just remove my breast and give him. And then he stopped. So I was waiting for him because I was told that you should stop, stopping a child breastfeeding, you stop them slowly but slowly. I started doing that. I reduced on my food intake. I reduced on my water intake because I know water really is the main reason why my breast my milk supply was increasing because of water. I reduced on the water intake, but still the milk kept on coming. And the more they told me, do this, stop this this time, don't give during the day, give during the night. Also the milk kept on being a lot. So whatever people would advise me, it didn't work out for me. I would maybe breastfeed Jackson one time in the afternoon. I made him busy with cartoon, but still this breastfeeding thing was so hard for me to control. I really struggled to stop to breastfeed Jackson. Sometimes I would stop him the whole night. Like at the middle of the night, he would wake up, cry unconditionally, unstoppably. He kept on crying. The father got irritated. Please breastfeed the child. So I'm tired. But that kept on going. I breastfeed. Now I think 20 months, there came just one time. I just said, enough is enough. Jackson, I'm tired. I think you have grown now. This is the time you should stop breastfeeding. So what I did was, I told my husband, because Jackson has the tendency of not sleeping in his own bed. Like, he would sleep in his own bed. We sleep with him, and then because I was breastfeeding him, I would make sure that we sleep with him, and then after he sleeps, I take him in his own bed. I have the tendency of not sleeping in his own bed. So what we used to do is, after I breastfeed Jackson, I will take him back. After he sleeps, I take him in his bed. When he wakes up, maybe around 3 a.m., he wakes up, he wants to breastfeed. So what I did is, I introduced him to lactogen. The child really hated the bottle from the time he was born until now. He still hates the bottle. I tried to change the topper bottle. I tried to change it. Maybe it's not producing a lot of milk. I tried several different types of bottles. I've tried different types of milks. I've tried. Until this time, I just told myself, Jackson, mommy is tired. Now you have grown. You should grow up. Okay, though I felt very bad the first day. He cried. He cried unstoppably. What I did is that day, when I knew that today is the day I'm stopping Jackson, I went for a week. The whole day, I took him to my sister-in-law's house, and then in the evening, I went for work. So I didn't want to see him cry. Like, I didn't want to see his face. Like, I did it the African way. Okay, let me do this. This is the only way. This is the only option. I've tried being strong in his presence, but he's not allowing me to stop. So that's what I did. I went for work. The first day my breast started paining, like like there's an abscess inside. So what I did is, when I came back from work, I found that Jackson is there, crying, like coming, crying and wanting to put his hands in my bra. So now what I did was, no, how am I going to? I started asking myself, 20 months, I think I even went overboard. This is the reason why I'm having so painful breast. So what I did was, I got ice and put inside my breasts. And I started feeling a little bit nice, like a little bit better. My breast was no longer paining very much. I did that. So now what I did is, I went to the supermarket. Let me not even pretend that everything is fine. My breasts are paining. I didn't want to drink paracetamol, by the way. I'm not a medicine kind of person unless something pushes me badly. So what I went to the supermarket and I bought cabbage. This cabbage, the way I did, I removed all the leaves of cabbage and put it inside my deep freezer. And this cabbage became frozen. So I would put each second, because it was paining and really my breasts were so painful, my dear. Guys, my breasts were so painful that when I touched my shirt like this, I really had a good supply of milk. Because Jackson used to suck. This boy, I gave him a chance that maybe he will stop as he starts eating solids. He kept on sucking and sucking. So every time I would have a good supply of milk. Even if I haven't eaten, because the child keeps sucking. So the day I stopped, I put frozen cabbage on my deep freeze and then I put it in my breast. And then every time I remove the cabbage looks like grayish. All milk has been sucked inside the cabbage, and the cabbage looked odd, you know. Oh my God. The first day, second day, I used cabbage for 4 days, frozen cabbage. It really helped me indulge my breast because my breasts were so painful, and then it sucked up the milk. I managed stopping Jackson from breastfeeding. It wasn't easy. Thank you to Coco Mello, because Coco Mello was the replacement thing for my son. And then I noticed after I stopped breastfeeding him, he adapted with the milk, and then he started drinking the milk. He started drinking some solids. Now that I stopped breastfeeding him, day 1, day 2, day 3, he started drinking milk like, I don't know, he would take the bottle and drink it. I was so happy that, oh my God, what have I been waiting for? My boy has grown. He even knows how to touch the bottle for the milk. He can even drink the milk by himself. I was feeling guilty that I stopped him from breastfeeding, but yet I was hindering him from growing up. And then I noticed when I stopped breastfeeding my son, he slept a longer period of time than the way he used to sleep when I used to breastfeed him. So I was saying, what was I waiting for to make my son grow up? So sometimes feeling sorry for a child is not a solution. Sometimes you need to say, enough is enough, let me stop. When you stop, the child will definitely grow up. I've noticed there's something which is in my son now, which wasn't there the time I was breastfeeding him. My son has grown. My son can do things. My son, I can send him. My son, I can do anything. I'm not saying that breastfeeding is bad, but I think a child, after stopping breastfeeding the child becomes independent. The child grows up. I think the child also starts being matured after stopping breastfeeding. So guys, this really helped me, and cabbage was the best thing that I ever used. Frozen cabbage is the best thing which anybody can use when you want to stop breastfeeding. To stop the milk supply, you can use ice and you can use cabbage. If you don't have cabbage wherever you are, you can just buy ice cubes and put them inside your breast. And when they again, before I end my video, what I used to do, each time my breasts start paining, I would go and remove the milk. I would go and remove the milk inside my sink. Like maybe I started with 1 hour. 1 hour I remove the milk. I sponge it with a towel with ice. I put ice at the middle of the towel and then I sponge it. And then I wear the cabbage. After 1 hour, I changed. From 1 hour, I went to 3 hours. 3 hours, I do the same kind of pattern. I remove the milk and then I sponge it with the towel where I put ice cubes, and then I wear the frozen cabbage leaf. That's what I used to do over and over until the second day, the third day, the milk supplies totally stopped coming, guys. Guys, I was so happy that my milk has finally stopped. Because I was so worried because my breasts were so swollen. Guys, cabbage is really the medicine. If you want to stop your child from breastfeeding, please don't forget to buy that cabbage, because it's really a blessing to have that cabbage inside your fridge and inside your deep freezer. And those ice cubes really helped me, guys. So guys, if you're watching this video and you are supposed to stop your child from breastfeeding, please don't forget to buy yourself cabbage and put it in the deep freezer. And please, the more you delay on stopping the child from breastfeeding when they are above 20 months, the lesser they grow up, like being independent. I've noticed this because my son now is independent. I feel he's grown. I can send him. He can do things by himself. He can sleep longer hours. He can even watch TV at his own bed. He doesn't come crying to me. As long as you feed him, you give him a bottle of milk, he will sleep. When he sleeps tonight, Jackson doesn't wake up till tomorrow. And imagine he sleeps in his own bed. He doesn't even come to our bed. This is something really nice. That, oh my God, my son has grown. You cannot imagine the joy of a mother. It's like your child has graduated to do something else, guys. So guys, I just wanted to share this opportunity because I wasn't feeling well for 4 days. I was having a little bit fever because of these breast things. But immediately I used the cabbage, guys, everything went well. Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Please put on a comment for me on what video you want me to post in my another video. Thank you so much, guys. Bye. I love you.